Hello FPL managers and welcome back for another video. My name's Jack and today we're discussing our transfer plans for Game Week 31 where we go over what to do with Marcus Rashford as he has recently picked up his injury. If you guys are enjoying the FPL videos, drop a like and subscribe. It really does help out the channel and we are trying to hit 12,000 subscribers by the end of the season, so please help us reach that goal. Also make sure you have those notification bells turned on so you don't miss any future FPL videos, and with that being said, let's jump into the transfer plans. So today we're going to have a look over at how we got on in Game Week 30, discuss a couple of weak points in the side, and then have a look at some potential replacements in later on in the video. First off, let's have a look at the Game Week 30 team. Overall, a fairly strong game week. Could have been so much better if a couple of players did take the plethora of chances that they had in that game, should I say. Looking at the goalkeeper though, De Gea, very impressed with him. He picked up the clean sheet there with 6 points, and there wasn't too much joy in the rest of the defense, as that Brentford at Newcastle game did have quite a bit of action and quite a few goals in that one. Botman, unfortunately, was the new signing to the side. He gave away the penalty, which Tony then missed, so that also gave us a couple of points there for Tony missing the penalty. So overall, not a great little play there. Botman with the yellow, Tony with the missed pen. Nonetheless, though, Henry was able to win a penalty for Brentford later on in this game, so he picked up an assist as Tony did convert the second time around. So unfortunately, the double Newcastle defense didn't pay off straight away, but I am still hopeful for the rest of the year, as the defense has been very good this season, and they have some pretty decent fixtures coming up as well. Brentford away wasn't the easiest fixture, so I'm hoping they can improve for the last 7 or 8 game weeks in the season. Looking to the midfielders, touching on some players that didn't take their chances, Marcus Rashford and Mo Salah. This game week could have been massively different for us if Rashford and Salah did take the massive amount of chances that they had. Rashford had an XG of 1.75 for his game, but didn't manage to score a goal. Got himself an assist, which was nice to see, before he left the pitch very slowly with a groin injury. So that is also a headache for us in terms of what to do with him, whether we just keep him and have him on the bench or look to replace him. Get a good option for Game Week 31, as currently Rashford is most likely to miss Game Week 31. Probably won't be back until Game Week 33, where he's got Tottenham away, which then isn't really a very good fixture anyway to have him for. So maybe we could look to get him out, bring him back in Game Week 34. But we will discuss it later on in the video. Going back to Rashford though, he had so many chances, had lots of one-on-ones, lots of really good chances in the box, couldn't convert any of them. He would have been an absolutely massive player for us, as we did have him on captaincy. Had he scored a goal, he should have picked up at least a couple of goals, could have easily had a hat-trick on another day. Mo Salah in a similar boat as well. So frustrating to have Salah in the team this week. Only a 17% ownership inside the top 1 million FPL managers, and he only managed 5 points despite scoring. Obviously missed a penalty as well, second consecutive penalty miss. Extremely painful to see as a Salah owner. Not only did he miss a penalty, but he had so many other chances in this game. Had a one-on-one in which he scuffed in the first half. Ramsdale made a superb top corner save late on in that game for Liverpool. And Salah had a lot of other chances in and around the box as well, which he could have easily converted on any other day. So Salah could have easily been walking away with 15 or 20 points in this game. Should have had himself a hat-trick. His XG was over 2 for that game. So Rashford and Salah, two of the players with the highest expected goals figures for this game week, but only one goal was scored between the two players. Obviously, Rashford on captaincy, Salah being a huge differential. If they did take these chances, we would have seen an even bigger green arrow this week. Otherwise, March was able to record an assist, picked up 2 bonuses as well. Very happy with Solly March there. Barnes blanked, and otherwise, the 3 forwards up top all were able to record goals for their sides. Tony also missing a penalty as well, which definitely added to the frustration of the game week. So many missed chances for our players this week in front of goal. Salah and Tony both missing penalties. Rashford missing lots of chances. But Kane and Watkins, those have been the 2 guys that have been really consistent for us when we've had him in the side this season. I've really been happy to have Watkins for quite some time now. He's really provided very strong, consistent returns for the side. Had to be patient for his goal in Game Week 30, but popped up with a very well taken chance at the end of the match there for Aston Villa. So happy with him. He also picked up a bonus point in this game. Harry Kane as well got himself yet another goal and triple bonus points. Very happy with Kane there in that match, as both Kane and March did provide returns in that Spurs and Brighton game. So overall, that meant we scored 60 points in Game Week 30. A pretty decent tally. Could have been so much more, as we've touched on. But nonetheless, we still take a green arrow up to 590 20k, only a 20k green arrow. Easily could have been a 100k green arrow on any other day. Unfortunately, just a small green arrow for us this week, but we still continue to push, hopefully to get inside the top 100k by the end of the season. 8 game weeks to get the job done. Let's discuss how transfer plans are shaping up for game week 31 with that Rashford injury and a couple of other players around the squad that I'm looking to replace. So as we discussed, Rashford is going to be a massive talking point on what to do with him for game week 31. Currently, as it stands, I think replacing Rashford is going to be the best course of action for our teams, as my team is pretty well set up for game week 31, 32, 33 without Rashford in the side right now. And looking at the recent news around Rashford's injury length, it was reported that Manchester United said that he's going to be missing around a few games. I think that just limits him to probably missing game week 31 in the Premier League, as obviously Manchester United do have cup competitions as well, which they're going to be playing in from now until game week 33, which is their next Premier League fixture. So even if Marcus Rashford is back for game week 33, Spurs away, not a very good fixture to have him in the team for. So I'm not necessarily too fussed about not having him for game week 33 against Spurs. I think game week 34 is going to be the game week that I look to get him back in, probably for Martin Odegaard in game week 34. So by replacing Rashford now, most likely for Grealish, as Grealish has the best fixture for game week 31 out of these 3 potential replacements here of Leicester at home. I think it's going to be key, especially to have a Man City attacking asset for Leicester at home, since we don't currently have Erling Haaland in our side, as we got him out for his when he was injured and he had the blank game week, or got him out for Harry Kane. We don't have any Man City players. Leicester at home is a really good fixture from an attacking perspective, so I'm going to want to have Jack Grealish in the team. I think Rashford out for Jack Grealish in this game week. Leicester at home for Grealish in game week 31. Yes, Grealish does blank in game week 32, but the team still has 11 starting players, even with Grealish blanking. Of course, Rashford was already going to be blanking anyway in game week 32, and we'd set up our teams, we'd still have 11 starters without having to use a free hit chip, as we have already used our free hit chip earlier in the season. So I think the best course of action for us is going to be Grealish in for Rashford game week 31. Then we look to get Rashford back in game week 34, where Manchester United do have the double game week in that week. We then look to get rid of Odegaard game week 34 for Marcus Rashford. Also wanted to touch on Odegaard, definitely a player that I'm looking to get out of the side in coming game weeks, as he's just not been very consistent in providing returns. Arsenal, they do play in blank game week 32, so I want to hold him for game week 32, but then after that, probably look to ship him out of the side. Arsenal don't have any double game weeks for the rest of the season, so get him out for a midfielder that does have double game weeks. So get Rashford back in game week 34. Also Matoma as well. I'm not going to get him in this week for game week 31. He's got Chelsea away. Not the best fixture. I still wouldn't be surprised if Matoma can get himself returns. But then, of course, he blanks in game week 32. Maybe look to get in Matoma game week 33, 34 as well. We would have been able to save up an extra free transfer. So game week 34, we could look to go Matoma in for Barnes potentially, and Rashford in for Odegaard in game week 34. Get on a couple of double game week players with very good fixtures for a couple of players that have had a slight drop off in form recently. Obviously, Harvey Barnes was good for us a couple of weeks ago, but he got himself the goal on the double game week. But Leicester's fixtures, they've got Man City in game coming up actually, and then they've got okay single game week fixtures. They don't have a massive amount of good fixtures still to come. So I think Matoma, probably the more informed player. Get in Matoma for Harvey Barnes. Get in Rashford for Odegaard game week 34, and get out Rashford now for Jack Grealish. Then we're going to have so many double game week midfielders. We'll have Matoma in there, Grealish in there, Rashford in there, a couple of other players. Salah's also doubling as well. He's going to be a good option to have on the side. So we should have plenty of double game week players. Also, by making these moves, I wanted to touch on, I do want to go Tony up to Haaland game week 34 as well for that Man City double. So whether that's for a hit or on a free, if we look to make a transfer early game week 33, then roll the transfer, have 2 free transfers game week 34, get in either Matoma and Haaland or Grealish and Haaland, doesn't really matter. I think that's going to be the course of action. because we would have been able to free up enough money from going Matoma in for Barnes as well, and getting out Rashford for Grealish. We should have a decent amount of money. Obviously, going Odegaard up to Rashford will hurt the balance a bit, but we still should have enough money available to get back in Erling Haaland, have those double Man City assets in Grealish and Haaland. That's going to be key for that Man City double. So I think for us, Rashford out now, Game Week 31, is going to be the best course of action. Grealish is going to be the man coming in. He's got the best fixture for Game Week 31 of Leicester at home out of Matoma, Grealish and Martinelli. And then the team should be pretty well set up, given that we bring in Matoma for Game Week 33 or 34, Rashford back in Game Week 33, 34, and Haaland in for Tony, either Game Week 33 or 34 as well. Then the side should be looking fairly strong for Game Weeks 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. Should be a pretty good lineup. Should be lots of double game weeks occurring. Lots of double game midfielders as well, which is going to be key to have. So I'm pretty happy with getting Rashford out this week. Doesn't really change our plans too much, having to get him back in later on in the season, as we still should have enough free transfers available to avoid taking too many hits. At maximum, we're only going to be taking a -4, which in my opinion is definitely worth it for getting in a double gaming player anyway. So for me, that is currently the transfer plans. Rashford out this week. Jack Grealish is going to be the guy coming in. Thanks for watching today's transfer plans for Game Week 31. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, drop a like and subscribe. It really does help out the channel, and we are trying to hit 12,000 subscribers by the end of the season, so please help us reach that goal. Also, have those notification bells turned on so you don't miss our team selection coming up for Game Week 31. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one.